a bhakti lata is kripa. Kripa, when you see kripa, any kripa, when kripa is the two leaves. So first two leaves actually, Kleshagni and Shubhada. Actually, both are simultaneous. Kleshagni, relief of all sufferings, and Shubhada brings auspiciousness. Almost both are similar. But still, uh, uh, not 100% correct. Like, freeing from suffering is not auspiciousness. So little advantage. Freeing from suffering, then bring auspiciousness. Like I can give an example. One forest was burning. So when you pour water, what happens? Fire extinguish. That is kleshag. But it will not bring auspiciousness. But after that, if there is that pond and the lotus blooms yes, atmosphere. So how it brings auspiciousness. Second one, happiness in Krishna consciousness. Sorry. Second is Krishna consciousness. Approval is given first. Definition of auspiciousness. That actual auspiciousness means welfare activities for all the people of the world. At the present moment, groups of people are in welfare activities in terms of society, community, or nation. Hare Krishna, sorry, internet problem. So I'm in the middle of the city, still there's connection with the city. So make me co-host, huh? So Prabhupada is telling that there is an attempt at United Nations, but not possible. Why? The Krishna consciousness movement, however, is soon as that it can render the highest benefit of the entire humanity. But United Nations, what happens? For all peace activity, they're trying. But due to the shortcomings of limited national activities, such as general mass welfare program for the whole world is not practically possible. But we are seeing through Krishna consciousness movement is possible. Everyone can be attracted by this movement, and everyone can feel the result. Therefore, Rupa Goswami and other learned scholars agree that a broad propaganda program for the Krishna consciousness movement of the devotional service all over the world is the highest humanitarian welfare activity. Rupa is giving very much importance in this system. Krishna consciousness is the highest humanitarian welfare activities in this world. How the Krishna consciousness movement can attract the attention of the whole world, and how each and every man can feel pleasure in Krishna consciousness is stated in Padma Purana as follows. Prabhupada is giving example. What is the praman? What is the proof? Scripture. Scripture. Then you can give some practical example. From Padma Purana, it is stated that a person who is engaged in devotional service, full Krishna consciousness, is to be understood to be doing the best service to the whole world and to pleasing everyone in the world. In addition to human society, is pleasing even the trees and animals because they also become attracted by such a movement. After hearing from the Padma Purana, still people may say, oh, why is that so fanatic? Why the unnecessary demand like this? Then Prabhupada is giving practical example. The practical example of this was shown by Lord Chaitanya when he was traveling through the forests of Jharkhand in central India for spreading his Sankirtan movement. The tigers, the elephants, the deer, and all the other wild animals joined him and were participating in their own ways by dancing and chanting Hare. I hope everybody have seen the recent video. One deer was dancing in Kirtan. Furthermore, a person engaged in Krishna consciousness, acting in devotional service, can develop all good qualities that are generally found in Kirtan. What is the verse? Jasya deve parabhakti tha deve tatha guru. Tasyaiti patitayartha prakashanta maha. Jasya deve parabhakti jatha deve tatha guru. If you have intrinsic faith in Guru or Krishna, automatically he'll develop all the good qualities of demigod. It is said by Shukdev Goswami in 5th canto Srimad Bhagavatam, 18th chapter, 12th verse. My dear, persons who have unflinching faith in Krishna and are without any duplicity can develop the good qualities of the demigods. On account of the devotees, high grade of Krishna consciousness, even the demigods like to live with him And therefore it can be understood that the qualities of the demigods have developed within it. Why demigods are attracted? That means, yes, demigods are attracting that they want that qualities. So they devotee can develop that qualities simply by serving. On the other hand, a person who is not in Krishna consciousness has no good quality. Bhagavatam said, Haru avaktasya kuta mahatma. Haru avaktasya. He is a non-devotee of Krishna. Kuta mahatma. There is no. He may be highly educated from the academic point of view, but in the actual field of his activities, he can be seen to be wiser than anyone else. Even the person is highly educated academically, if he cannot go beyond the sphere of mental activities, then he is sure to perform only material activities and thus remain in. There are so many persons in the modern world who have been highly educated in the materialistic universities, but it seems that they cannot take up the movement of Krishna consciousness and develop the high qualities of the demigods. For example, a Krishna conscious boy, very practical example. Everybody has experienced this one. This example. A Krishna conscious boy, even he is not very well educated by the university standard, can immediately give up all illicit sex life, gambling, music, and whereas those who are not in Krishna consciousness, all the very highly educated, are often drunkards, meditators, sex mongers, and gamblers. These are practical proofs of how a Krishna conscious person becomes highly developed in good qualities. Person who is not in Krishna consciousness cannot do so. He experienced that even a young boy in Krishna consciousness is unattached to cinemas, nightclubs, naked dance shows, restaurants, liquor shop, etc. He becomes completely free. He saves his valuable time from being extravagantly spent in the way of smoking, drinking, attending the theater and dancing. One who is not in Krishna consciousness usually cannot sit silently, even for half an hour. The yoga system teaches that if you become silent, you realize that you are gone. The system may be all right for materialistic persons, but how long will they be able to keep themselves silent? Artificially, they may sit down for so-called meditation, but immediately after their yogic performance, they'll engage themselves again in such activities as illicit sex, gambling, meditating, and even other nonsensical things. But a Krishna conscious person gradually elevates himself without endeavoring for so-called silent meditation. Simply because he is engaged in Krishna consciousness, he automatically gives up all his nonsense and develops high character. One develops the highest character by becoming a pure devotee of Krishna. Next one is Chandra Nanda Vision, means happiness in Krishna consciousness. Here, Guru Goswami, Prabhupada mentioned that what are the other type of happiness other than Krishna consciousness? Is there any happiness other than Krishna consciousness? Guru Goswami is analyzed nicely different sources of happiness. He divided happiness into three categories. First one, Jaro Shuk. Happiness derived from material enjoyment. Jaro Shuk, material happiness. Second one, Brahma Shuk, means happiness derived by identifying oneself with the Supreme Brahma. Brahma Shukam to Anantam. Third one, happiness derived from the Krishna consciousness. Premananda, Shivananda. The last 3 points are Premananda and Shivananda, real. Now, Srila Prabhupada will explain this first one, happiness derived from material. What is the material? Actually, what you say, material happiness, actually that is temporary cessation of suffering. And second point, Brahmananda, happiness derived by identifying oneself with the Supreme Brahma. Third, happiness derived from Krishna consciousness. In the Tantra Shastra, Lord Shiva speaks to his wife, Sati. In this way, how Shiva told Sati about devotion service? She was saying, my dear Sati, a person who has surrendered himself at the lotus feet of Govinda and who has thus developed pure Krishna consciousness can be very easily awarded all the perfections desired by personal wishes. And beyond this, can enjoy the happiness achieved by the pure devotees. So nice Shivji explaining Parvati about glories of pure devotion. I'm reading again. She'll be saying, a person who has surrendered himself at the lotus feet of Govinda and who has thus developed pure Krishna consciousness can be very easily awarded all perfections desired by the person. Mahaprabhu said, Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Iha hoite Sarva Siddhi hoite Shava. Sarva Siddhi means any type of Siddhi. Any type of Siddhi means material success, spiritual success. That means perfect, becoming one with the Lord. So, my dear wife Sati, a person who has surrendered himself at the lotus feet of Govinda and who has thus developed pure Krishna consciousness can be very easily awarded all the perfections desired by the person. And beyond this, he can enjoy the happiness achieved by the pure devotees. Like you have 500 rupees note. With the 500 rupees note, you can buy 5 rupees sim. You can buy 100 rupees things. Even if you can buy 500 rupees things. So within 500, 5 rupees, 100 rupees, everything. So three types of happiness. Charananda, Brahmananda, Premananda. So everything is there in Premananda. So here, one thing just try to understand. Second point is Brahmananda, moksha. So when Rupa Goswami is explaining, he gives all type of happiness, even Brahmananda. And another point out of 6 points, he will explain moksha laghutakrit. Moksha laghutakrit means in front of pure devotion, moksha is very insignificant. So these 2 points are almost similar. Don't confuse these 2 things. Almost similar. Because when you're explaining, it gives all type of happiness. Then Brahmananda is there. So that is explained. More than Brahmananda is Premananda. And another point will describe moksha laghutakrit. Liberation also very insignificant in front of devotion. So if same point may come in two same example, same verse may come to explain these 2 points. Then we can build your way. Now happiness derived from the pure divine service, the highest. Why? Because it is eternal. Actually, if you think serious, the happiness, which is temporary, actually that is not happiness. Any type of happiness, if it is temporary, can you tell it is happiness? No. People may not think in such a way, actually. Actually, if you think with proper vision, any happiness is temporary. That means after some time, what will finish? There will more suffering. So that is why intelligent person never recognize the temporary happiness as happiness. Someone said that is also happiness. Okay. There is no preventing ones falling down from material happiness. Falling from this happiness, personally, Okay, sorry for inconvenience, internet disturbance. So make me co-host. There is no preventing one's falling down from material happiness, and there is even every chance of falling down from the spiritual happiness derived out of identifying oneself with the impersonal. In falling down from the material happiness, nobody can stop. I guarantee. And impersonal from that, there's every chance of falling down. So it has been seen that the great Mayavadi Sannyasis, very highly educated and almost realized souls, may sometimes take to political activities or to social welfare activities. The reason is that they actually do not derive any ultimate transcendental happiness in the impersonal understanding, and therefore must come down to the material platform and take to such mundane affairs. These Mayavadis, they are doing social welfare activity. Why? Because they are getting more happiness here. That means they have no happiness there. There are many instances, especially in India, where these Mayavadi Sannyasis listen to the material platform again. But a person who is fully in Krishna consciousness will never return to any sort of material platform. However, alluring and attracting they may be, he always knows that no material welfare activities can be compared with spiritual activity of Krishna consciousness. So now, here, three types of happiness explained. Brahmananda, Jarananda, Brahmananda, and Viman Shivan. Here maybe someone may say, okay, another Ananda also there. But yoga, Ashtanga yoga, Ashtasiddhi, there also. So that section is explained, Prabhupada is explained later on. How the Ashtanga Siddhis, Anima, Mahima, Laghima, Ishita, Vashita, Prakama, Kama, Vashaita, all these 8 types of mystic perfections. Also, very, very insignificant. So we'll read next week, that section. So, these 6 qualities of pure devotion. First one, Klasha Agni. This is all type of sufferings. Second one brings all type of auspiciousness. Third one, this first one is Klashagni, second one Shubhoda. Third one is called Chandrananda Visheshan. Here is not that Rup Goswami is that serial, but here what Prabhupada is writing, I am telling that number. Third one is means all happiness. All happiness means all happiness included in bhakti. When someone doing bhakti, he'll get everything. He has not tried separately for that type. Other happiness. So tomorrow and day after tomorrow, this supposed class, but I'm going to Pandharpur. Pandharpur, due to festival, there is no internet connection. There may millions of people will be there. So tomorrow and day after, that means this week there will be no class. So we'll start class next week. Thank you very much. So Priya Gopinath. Uh,
Question is that in reading you mentioned that there is the sense of self realization, almost the stage of self realization is there in Mayavadis also. So Maharaj, what do they realize?
your internet is weak, cutting. Okay, another by the
Hare Krishna.
Rajshekhar who is telling will be class in 3rd July. 3rd July we must disappear as day. 3rd July will also not class. Class will start from 4th July. Okay, thank you. Okay, Saurabh Krishna, can you repeat again?
Hare Krishna Maharaj, Dandat Pranam. Maharaj, while Srila Prabhupada is writing that almost self-realized soul, like when he is referring to Mayavadis, Maharaj, what does the self-realization Prabhupada is talking about in case of Mayavadis?
Oh, self-realization means what is self? Self means I am soul. Understanding I am soul, that is self-realization. I am part of super soul, that is also self-realization. Three types self-realization. Brahma, Paramatma, Bhagavan. All types of realization are self-realization. I am not this body, I am soul. I am Brahma, Aham Brahmasmi. Is Brahma realization. But in that stage, one will not serve the Lord. He will not get the taste of serving the Lord. Okay. Sure. I think no more question. Oh.